Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Ferry Talk. My name is Nick, as always. I guess that's not going to change, but how are you guys doing? I am, I'm thinking like, hey, I start these the same way every time, but I'm actually in a pretty decent mood. I'll get to that in a little bit, but I wanted to first start off by saying my website, nickferry.com, I had the newsletter and all that stuff set up over there, and I wouldn't say an apologies in order or anything like that, but I am not an IT guy, I'm not a website guy, I'm just a good-looking guy. There you go. That's my joke of the day. Anyways, but I was working on the website, and I've been trying to refine it and get it looking halfway decent and all that stuff. But I have a newsletter that you can sign up for, and you can either get emailed every single update or every single post, or weekly, and it's it's weekly. And so it's just a culmination of any posts that have happened throughout the week. When I did a couple of my giveaways and stuff like that, I shouldn't say inadvertently, you sign up. That's part of the giveaway, and I mean, you can unsubscribe as soon as the giveaway's over. There's nothing wrong with that. But I went from, I don't know, just a really small number of subscribers to where my basic plan of the website was handling that just fine, and then the number quadrupled, and for whatever reason, it didn't want to, it didn't mesh gears or whatever. And I had been trying to figure it out. So if you signed up for my newsletter maybe 3, 4, 5 months ago, maybe even longer, and you just started receiving them, I'm sorry. Some of them were going out, some of them weren't. I wasn't aware of it for a long time. And I have a guy working on it, and he is a professional, and he's getting all the bugs ironed out of the whole thing. I just thought the whole thing was kind of comical because, you can hand me a camera and I'll film what I'm doing, and you can hand me a couple lights and try and get some cool shots. And I'm a woodworker by nature, so that's not a problem. But as soon as you say, oh well, here's a website. So anyways, I just wanted to say that the newsletter is fixed. And there's other information I put on my website, and a lot more I'm going to be putting on there. So if you care to sign up for that newsletter, it is over there to do so. The next thing that I wanted to bring up, I wanted to put a big old thank you out to Jim Wielden. I don't know if you guys remember it, but I had been talking in a past Ferry Talk about this product called Unistrut. And for those of you that aren't familiar, it's real big in the fabrication machine manufacturing industry. It's real big in commercial buildings to hang things from, and it's just a real multi-purpose thing. And you can see that it's just kind of a C-channel with some kind of unique curved back pieces to it. And there are probably hundreds, if not thousands, of different fasteners and things. But I had mentioned in a Ferry Talk, I wanted to use this Unistrut to mount to my ceiling and basically have a large gantry. So I would have 20 feet of track on each side of the garage, and then another singular track that would ride on those. And then that center track, I would have a spot for lights and things, all the tripods to get up off my floor. Long story short, Jim Wielden had, and I don't know what his capacity is with Unistrut, but I was talking about making my own trolleys, and I'm still going to utilize those, but for the main, I guess, heavier sections, he was saying that he could send me a few of the trolleys, and this is what they look like. And I just wanted to say thanks, Jim. That's really awesome. He didn't just send me one, he sent me 10 of them, and that's going to help. And I'm going to make a video of that, don't worry. I got to get my garage cleaned out first. Pretty much the whole floor space needs to be cleaned out, and then, then I can work on the ceiling. But it'll be for different camera angles, and like I said, I'll be able to say if I'm working on the bandsaw, literally just overhead, slide the lights in. I got the idea from photography studios, because they have those systems available, but those are, I mean, we're talking starting price of $50,000, and I'm hoping to have less than 500 into the whole thing, And that was really cool. He sent me these, and that's gonna be a really, really cool project. That'll be actually multiple videos because I want to show not only hanging the unistrut and getting the track system working, but some of the different apparatus that I make. I'm just wondering, is plural for apparatus? Apparati? Apparatuses? I have no idea. Anyways, some of the different things I make, including like kind of a scissored, you know, thing for my camera. So I can, yeah, anyways, that should be awfully darn cool. But that's a big project, and that's going to require a lot of time commitment on my behalf. So that brings up kind of my next point. I think the next one, if not two build videos are going to be kind of simpler ones, but one of which, for sure, I've gotten emailed probably more than a dozen times, and I would say close to that in the comments section as far as you know, how to use it and all that stuff. And there's been plenty of videos showing it, but it's basically a straight edge on how to break down plywood. And like I said, there's tons of videos out there, but still, if I get that many people asking me, you know, I guess I'll show it as well. But I was always raised on, it's called a door board. And if you guys are familiar with what a door board is, let me know in the comments section, because I even went to Google it after somebody's like, what's that? And I'm like, oh, it's got to be a pretty common thing, but I guess that terminology is not very common. But anyways, long story short, I'm going to be making a couple simpler, real kind of quick and down and dirty projects, because I have at least 3 projects lined up that are going to take me probably closer to 2 weeks to put out and make and get everything all ironed out, but they should be really, really cool. I got one coming up, I would say in about 2 weeks, that is involving some hardware and just, I don't know, you'll just have to wait and see. It's going to be a pretty cool project. So I just wanted to let you guys know there's going to be some simpler ones thrown in there, but either way, still some ooey goodness, I guess they would say. And the next thing I wanted to say was, you know, people talk about whether, you know, because I did this. I was talking about in the wintertime how I couldn't get out to my shop nearly as much because it's so cold out. And then I was thinking, man, I went golfing the other day. And by the way, I'm no avid golfer. I'm no golf professional. But there's just summertime things that come up. And it's just kind of one of those things. And so, you know, we went golfing. It was our annual golf thing, but the weather didn't quite hold out. But you know, that didn't keep me, who's loony to begin with, from being out on the golf course while it was downpouring and sprinkling to start. But then it started downpouring. A buddy of mine even lost his umbrella in the little pond area, and I just thought that was kind of funny but unfortunate. But you know, luckily we fished it out. But so that was eating up a little bit of my time as well. But I wanted to leave you guys with last week's project, the shadow box for my kids for playing soccer. They got an achievement medal, an achievement or a participation. You know, I don't know what you want to call it at that young of an age. But I had asked you guys between A, the layout of, you know, this one, and B, this layout. And which one you guys like better? And I was overwhelmed. You guys, a lot of you guys voted, and it was really quite crazy. Layout A, and I was going to tell you guys, layout A was the one that my wife had picked, and layout B was the one I had picked. So the results are in. And I guess before I started this Ferry Talk, I was going to go tally up the numbers. But I will fast forward this, and I'm going to go run in the house and grab the numbers. All right, that's about how well I plan for these things, I tell you. But anyways, the results are in. My wife's layout, A, got a total of 67 preferences. Votes, we'll call it. Votes for the best layout for the shadow box. Layout B, which I picked, got 146. So luckily, and I tallied it up. I went through the comments section and I tallied it up. I'm pleased to say that my design, or my layout, was preferred, but luckily I'm such a good sport that I wouldn't rub this into my wife at all. Ha! I won. And then also there was a third option that I didn't even give you guys, I guess, option C, and that got 12 votes. And that was basically a mix of either like them both or whichever one the wife picked, happy wife, happy life. And I figured I'd get 1 or 2 of those, but 12, that's pretty funny. So, so basically, whichever one the missus had picked, that was fine. So anyways, that's about all I have for you for this week. Until I see you guys next time, you guys take care.